did I do that? Oh shit, Ninja vanish.
What is that? I'm a genie in the bottle. You gotta rub me the right way. Me. Fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle. Let my spirit set me free. I want to fly. Oh, yeah. Fly like into the future.
I must know the truth, Master.
Fly like an eagle fly. Fly like an eagle fly. Oh, 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 oh. What up, everybody? It's time for Fatal Live. We back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all for joining me. We're going to be talking about a lot of exclusives out there. We're going to be talking about Jonathan Majors leaked audio. Is this sabotage or is this a crazy freaker? We're going to be talking about the State Farm Batman commercial that was absolutely a banger. Best live action from DC. Everybody is saying out there. Also, we're going to be talking about the death of T'Challa again? Marvel, why is you killing him off so much? Hey, real quick, real fast, let me check my audio to see if my audio is on point, because they be messing with me on these YouTube streets. You know what I mean? Thank y'all so much for coming out. I already see people in the chat. Oh, my ears. Hey, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm gifted and talented. You don't appreciate greatness, Jason. Get it together, man. Thank y'all so much for coming to the show. This is one of the first topics we're going to be talking about. Oh, I see my boy Perry. Back in the day, lurking. Perry, you need to bring back lurking, sir. I want to lurk with you. You know, not stalk. Lurk. I want to lurk so much they call me Lurch. Now, if you know who Lurch is from is it the Addams Family? Is that Lurch? Man, I don't know what I'm talking about. Yes, sir, we coming back. Okay, good. Glad you're coming back. We supposed to be talking about some Jonathan Majors news, and we're going to be listening to the leaked audio. You know what I mean? Let's check out this article right here. Yeah, I know everybody coming in. Just make sure to smash that like button. Make sure smash that like button. Let me put the Fatal J logo, too. I keep forgetting to put my logo up. Let me put the Fatal J logo. Okay, come on. Stream yours. I paid my bill today. Where is it at? I know I paid my bill. Boom. There you go. The Fatal J logo. The Fatal J logo. Fatal J logo. You already know, though. Amanda, glad you're here. Talking about the Frankenstein monster looking like, yes, Lurch. Yeah, Lurch. You rang. Skies are blue, grass is green, la-dee-da-da, la-dee-da-dee, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Bars. Let's get to it, man. Jonathan Majors, right here, right now. Let's peep it out right here. Jonathan Majors. Boom. So as you can see right here, this is what it says. Let me change my background too. Man, we got a guest in the back. I wasn't even expecting this man to be back here. Hold on, man. Let me fix my stuff up, man. Let me fix the room up. You know, my room was a little dirty. Let me fix my stuff up. Boom. John 3. What's up, man?
Yo, what's good, man? So I'm gonna be on camera in just a minute. I'm finishing up a sandwich. I'm finishing a sandwich.
A sandwich?
Sandwich, man.
Oh, okay, man. Glad you're here, brother. Man, it's been a long time.
It's been too long. Way too long.
Way too long, man.
Way too long. Hey, do your thing, man. Keep doing it. I'm here.
Yeah, man. I'm just read the article, you know.
Yeah. I'm here. I'm listening.
And I want you to listen, because when we check out this audio, I want you to tell me what your thoughts. You know,
Okay.
A lot of people are split. They split in half on this. So let me read this article real quick. It says, Jonathan Majors marries Meagan Good following leaked audio of alleged assault confession. News of Majors' nuptials came just 2 days after Rolling Stone published an audio recording that allegedly features the actor admitting to assaulting his ex-girlfriend. Now, we're going to listen to that in a little bit. Jonathan Majors announced that he married Meagan Good in the wake of his domestic assault scandal and his magazine Dreams press tour. The Creed 3-star revealed that he and the Harlem actress tied the knot earlier this week during his interview with Sherry Shepherd on Sherry on Wednesday. We finally got to do it, but it was always the plan. Major said, I said to Meagan yesterday, I said, today might be the happiest day of my life. Yeah, I love that woman so much. The Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanian star, who was convicted of 2 misdemeanor counts of assault and harassment against his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari in 2023, said that he asked Good's father for permission before popping the question. I asked her father first in Paris if that was all right, and he said that's cool. Major said before correcting himself, it was a longer conversation. Now, I got a lot of respect for Meagan Good. She rode with my boy during the down times in his life. You know, seems like he climbing back to the top with magazine Dreams. You know, but this audio. Look, I was one of the ones drunk who was riding hard for my boy. I was really riding hard.
I remember.
But this the thing, man. Just hearing this audio, and we about to play it real quick, real fast. But hearing this audio, I don't know. I'm just not sure. I'm just not sure. Have you heard it drunk?
I have.
Okay. Well, don't say nothing yet.
No, I won't say nothing. I'm almost done with my sandwich. Don't worry.
Man, take your time, man. Take your time. I understand, man. Life is busy, man. You know? All right, let me pull it up. This is the official audio, the leaked audio. Let's check this out right here. Let me read it. Notice how the unearthed audio of Jonathan Majors admitted to strangling Grace Jabari suddenly comes out when he's doing press for magazine Dreams. Now, this is just somebody on X, and trying to move on with his life, and not during 2023 when he lost everything. So this is what we about to do, ladies and gentlemen.
Clearly, it's more than that. Yeah.
We about to check out this audio. We're going to dissect this audio to our atom to see if we can be detectives and break this down and see if we can see any clues to this 1 minute leaked audio. We're gonna see if we can pull it off. We trying to see if we can be the Secret Service. Ziva Fed, what up, man? Demagina, what up, man? Demagina, I know you've been feeling bad. I hope you feel better. Let's check out this audio right here.
I'm ashamed. I've never wrestled with a woman before. Okay, it's just I've never wrestled with a woman. I aggressively.
Now we're gonna listen to this straight through, and then we're gonna break it down. So let me start from the top.
I'm ashamed. I've never wrestled with a woman before. Okay, it's just I've never wrestled with a woman. I aggressively.
You strangled me and pushed me against the car.
All those things are under arrest.
Yeah.
You know, like that's never happened to me. So I'm.
Because I said something sarcastically, if in your eyes.
Clearly, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Clearly, that
something inside of you.
Yeah, towards you.
All right, now let's break down this first sentence, drunk. Let's listen.
I'm ashamed. I've never wrestled with a woman before.
So he talking to Jabari, and him and Jabari is the only ones in this room. So while he talking to Jabari, he's saying, honestly, I never wrestled with a woman before. What do you take from that? And there's no holding back. If you think the man guilty, let me know. Just from that first sentence, though. What is your thoughts?
The thing is, it's always like we live in a time and a place when you down, they will kick you and kick you and kick you and kick you.
Thanks.
And they will dig and where was this audio earlier? You know, like where was this audio? Not trying to defend the man. To me, it looks like he sounds like he's guilty.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's like it's very weird how like this stuff comes out at convenient times, you know?
Like they saving it for the right time, right?
Right. So that's why I can't stand the Rolling Stone. They have done horrible hit pieces on so many others.
Yeah.
As well. For me personally, I hope the man, if he needs help, he gets help. If he needs to talk to someone, he talks to someone. If he whatever he's got to do to get life going again, that's what I hope for everybody.
Yeah.
So that's what I hope for everybody. But it just was kind of weird that this thing came out right when like they were saying, hey, we might do another Creed movie and all that stuff. And Jonathan Majors was like, hey, I'm open to working with Marvel again if they'll have me. And then all of a sudden it's like, well, we got the audio that proves you're a terrible person.
Magazine Dreams is dropping this week.
Mm-hmm.
But let's go back to this audio. He said, honestly, I never wrestled with a woman before.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if it's just you, and I'm just being hypothetical, and your lady, why would you say that? Just try to step in the mind of him.
I have no idea why. I don't know. You followed this case a lot more than I have, so you definitely have more insight. It is a weird thing to say, isn't it?
That's a weird. Honestly, I never put my hand on a woman, but you strangled me. You know, that's kind of let's keep going. Maybe we'll figure it out. Let's keep going. Now, notice too is something that's happening with this audio. A lot of people think this audio is like spliced and put together. Notice you hear some paper rumbling or something in the background too.
It's just I never wrestled with a woman before. It's just I've never wrestled with high aggressive. Like
You strangled me.
She said you strangled me.
Yeah.
Okay. He said I never wrestled with a woman, never aggressed a woman.
All those things are under aggressed. Yeah. You know, like.
Okay, now this is what I don't understand. And look, I'm not taking no sides. At this point, I don't know if he's innocent or not. You just got done saying that you never wrestled with a woman. Now, wouldn't strangling be considered wrestling with a woman? I mean, that's just me, you know?
Yeah, I mean.
Now, don't get me wrong. This man is an actor. You know? This is just
it is kind of a weird thing to say.
That's weird. It's very strange.
He's not helping himself. Put it that way.
It's like that meme you like. You're weird. You're weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's continue.
Like that's never happened to me. So I
Because I said something sarcastically. If in your eyes.
Clearly, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Clearly, they're aggressed.
Yeah.
All those things are under aggressed.
Yeah.
You know, like that's never happened.
Okay, all these things was under aggress.
Yeah.
I'm guessing aggress is short for aggressive. So is he justifying himself being aggressive? He did it, man.
Yeah.
He did it.
I feel like he's trying to make a word salad.
Do you think he know he might be potentially being taped?
I think if he knew he was being recorded, he probably wouldn't say anything. He should know better that there's like, when you in that Hollywood business, it is sleaze people.
Yeah.
maybe he's one of them. I don't know the man, so I don't know.
I was kind of vouching for him because when I saw that camera footage of him running, I'm like, this man doing the right thing. He trying to run away, but
yeah,
I don't know after this. Let's finish this up though.
That's like that's never happened to me. So
Because I said something sarcastically, if in your eyes.
Clearly, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Clearly, that
something inside of you.
Yeah, towards you.
That is so strange, man. That's just so strange to me. I just don't understand it.
But I've always, on a personal, this is just Jay talking.
Just you talking, okay.
I was always brought up, a man should never put his hands on a woman.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that too.
Never put yourself in a situation where you have to put your hands on a, never, it's just, that's how I was always. Thank God I've never been in a situation where, I would wonder where that would happen. So
yeah,
but you know what I mean, so that
I because we are the more powerful. It's like when they have those guys who pretend to be women and they go into the Olympics and beat the brakes off the women. That's the reason why our grandmothers and our mothers told us those type of things,
Yeah.
It's just nature, Let's check this out right here. It says Jonathan Majors says he will return to Kang the Conqueror role in MCU Disney Marvel Studios. I love them. After hearing this footage, Mr. John 3PO, do you think his chances of going back to Marvel is high or low?
I don't. I think it's going to be really low for a while.
Yeah.
Before he goes back. Marvel, Hollywood right now is hiring actors that are for instance, Zendaya, Pedro Pascal. They in everything.
Yeah.
They're in everything because I guess they're considered safe, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, hey, we want to do a movie. Put Pedro Pascal in it. He won't give you no problems.
Yeah.
He ain't got no history. Put Pedro Pascal in it. We need a lead. Put Pedro Pascal in it. We need a woman. Put Zendaya in it. Let her. Zendaya's in Shrek. She's in everything, man.
Everything.
And it's it just seems like that's just what they're doing right now. They're just trying to play it simple. The Snow White movie releases tomorrow. And
yeah, we're going to talk about that too.
A Snow White film shouldn't be controversial, but man, these people made it the most talked about thing on the internet, right?
Man, that movie.
And that goes for me. I'm making videos and stuff because it's I can't believe
because it's
the
a
stuff
mess,
that's
man.
happening. It's just bizarre. I think Hollywood's trying to play it safe. And Jonathan Majors, if he gets back into the movies, he probably will have to start off in maybe some lower budget stuff and then work his way up.
It's depending on what this movie does. If Magazine Dreams blows up, because I don't know if this is a big budget film or an indie film, but they were saying before all this controversy, this was supposed to be his big Oscar nominated type movie. So I'm curious to see what this movie does. I feel like if it flops, this may be the end. We might not see him anymore.
It could be. He might have to go even deeper. He might have to just take some serious straight to DVD type films for a while.
Straight to DVD or Tubi.
That $5 DVD movie.
And I'm pretty sure people like Tubi, they'll take him. Because I mean, man.
Yeah, because that name will draw people in. Yeah.
Man, speaking of Tubi, I hope I find it, man. I want to show you this. My wife showed me this while we were scrolling through Tubi. And this is real. This is real. I'm about to show you. I want you to check this out, man. This is real. Not fake.
Dr. Doug is correct. Actually, I think you're right in the chat. If it flops, you might go back to theater stage. That's where I think Rachel Zegler's heading for like the next like 15 years. She'll probably just do theater stage.
The Snow White actress.
Yeah. She just
Now,
can't keep her. She can't keep her like. And not to be rude. She just can't shut up. Like she says things and it just stirs controversy wherever she goes.
Yeah. This is a real movie, Drunk. This on screen.
What the?
That's real, man. That's real. I'm serious.
That's amazing.
That title alone, man. I told my wife, I said, I need to see this. She refuses to watch it, but I have to see what it's all about, man.
The Grinch has to settle the score with Santa, so he decides to take a different approach.
Hey,
man, you don't get much more low budget than that. Look at that costume. That's some low budget movie right there.
That's a low budget stuff right there, man. Let's check this out right here. Jonathan Majors plays a toxic, violent man in magazine Dreams. Will viewers struggle to separate art from the artist after his assault conviction? There can never be consensus about art, and there can never really be a general consensus about people, he says. Will this hurt him or help him?
You're right. I think you're right. I think it depends on what the movie does.
Yeah.
You know, and you know what's funny? People like yourself who study these cases and talk about it, and other YouTubers and things like that. There's a whole bunch of people that don't pay attention to any of it.
Yeah.
There's people out there that have no idea like what this man, like why he was kicked off Marvel, and nor do they care. They're just kind of like, they just live in their life. They don't study it like you do or others. They just, oh, I see a movie, I want to go watch it. You know?
Yeah.
That's why I was like, even
do you kind of miss them days though? When we used to be like that? Do you kind of miss that?
And one day I'll get back to it. One day when I finally cut the cord and everything, it'll be a different. But yeah, it's like, because now, you know, people send me stuff. They send me like leaks. They're like, oh, talk about this. Oh, we got inside scoops. We got this. Awesome, we got the whole film before it releases. We got, you know, we see our group chat. We know that Fate will be sending us the movies before they come out on.
Hey man, they gonna get the stream shut down, man. But hey, you know, during the time of the Snyder Cut, that whole movement, I didn't know anything about movies. But when I started getting deep into that world, I started to know about producers, writers, cinematography, CGI. I didn't know that stuff before YouTube.
I didn't even care.
We didn't even care. But YouTube, in a way, made us smarter, because when we make these videos, we have to break that stuff down.
Yeah.
We can't just say it was good.
Yeah.
It was bad. You know, we have to dive deeper. You know.
Well, there's a fascinating point too now that I never did before, and that's like understanding how box office works. How even though they say they have a $200 million budget, they actually spend $500 million because of marketing and other stuff.
We didn't know that. We didn't.
No, I didn't know that either. I'm like, okay, it costs $200 to make. They made $250. They made $250. Yeah. It's like, no, and then like how the first weekend in the theater only keeps $1. So it's like they're not really making all that money. And then it's like the second weekend, they make more money. And the third weekend, the theater makes more. So they take a percentage.
Yeah, you're right about that. I understood the marketing, but then I never did understand the other aspect, which makes a lot of sense. They have to cut it with the theaters.
Yeah.
So a lot of people looking at the Captain America 4 movie or Falcon movie, whatever. They're saying, oh, it made its money back. No, it did not.
It wasn't even close.
Yeah.
It wasn't even close. Did you see Captain America 4?
If you would have looked in the chat, you would have understood.
I know. Well, I was just like, I actually saw it in the theater, and
Honest
They-
opinion.
They,
Honest opinion.
oh, I was just bored. I think it. I think they did it. If this was a Falcon film,
Yeah.
they might have done it better. But like they, spoilers, sorry, they advertised Red Hulk. Red Hulk's in it for like 3 minutes. You know,
But
so
see, that's the thing I think they messed up on.
yeah,
If
that's
we
what I'm
never,
saying.
yeah, we never would have saw the Red Hulk. I think it would. Oh, it would have been that moment, you know.
I think so because it's just. I feel like that movie was trying to convince the audience that Sam is Captain America. Like that was the only reason why they made that film.
Yeah.
And it's like you don't have to do that. You know, it's like you didn't have to try to do that. And that's why people just kind of didn't really care to see it because they were trying to push a narrative thing that people were like, I just want to be entertained, man.
Well, try to step in the minds of Marvel. We knew we can pretty much look at these trailers and just have a sense of this is not going to be a good movie. But as an executive, let's say we're Marvel executives, how could we possibly think that Falcon as Captain America would do big numbers in the theaters and people will gravitate to that? How can people possibly? How can they think that?
No, I agree with you, and I think the biggest, like one of the big mistakes that Marvel is missing right now, is from the original Iron Man to Endgame, the 3 phases. We had a group of people that were all together leading to a certain end goal. So like it was one, whether you like some of those movies in between, like Thor 2 or Ant-Man 2 or whatever. It was all together in one story. And then once Thanos was defeated, you close the book, and they had a couple standalones. The Spider-Man movie standalone, that everybody loved that. But there was a lot of nostalgia. They brought back the other Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Then the Wolverine movie, a lot of nostalgia. You know, they had Blade in it and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But all the movies in between were like not good. Because they didn't know, it's like they didn't have a direction on what they were doing.
And they don't connect.
Then they were like telling you and me, you got to watch the Disney Plus series to understand the movie. And it's like, man, I did homework when I was in high school. I ain't doing it no more. I'm grown. I'm not doing no homework.
A lot of people are not going to like this, but it's no MCU Disney Plus show that I honestly can say this was a banker.
I agree with you.
You know, all of at best they're mid.
Yeah,
but none of them is a banker.
But then but to force the audience to watch it to understand the movie was weird. I mean, look, it like after Endgame we had Wakanda Forever. What was the point of that? We had the Marvels. There was no reason for that film. That was terrible.
And they not connecting. Like
that's what I'm saying. It's like they trying to connect, but they're not really connecting.
Like let's go back to Falcon real quick.
Yeah.
I want you to be the leader of the Avengers. At this point, who is the Avengers?
Yes.
Because now you're the Marvel head. Stark is dead.
Yeah.
Cap is old.
Yeah.
Black Widow is dead. Hawkeye is deaf and retired. Thor is goofy.
Yep.
Hulk just want to be
that's
chill.
A terrible Hulk, by the way. Smart Hulk, whatever you want to call him.
Yeah.
He gets beat up by She-Hulk in the series.
When she first got her powers.
What? Hulk is supposed to be Hulk, Red Hulk. They're supposed to be some of the Titans, man. Like they could go toe to toe with like some of the big boys. Not
next year. Now we don't know who the Avengers are, but next year we're getting Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think that's going to go? Because we have the Russos directing that. How do you think that's going to go?
I think the Russos were a right choice, but it screams desperation to bring back Robert Downey Jr. and all that stuff to try to make it relevant. They should have, and They should have easily closed that book and did those standalone Spider-Man, Wolverine, fine, make their money.
Yeah.
And then started with the Fantastic Four and just did the whole. They could have done 5, 6, 7 years of Fantastic Four and the villains and lead up to Galactus or something like that.
Yeah.
You know, so it just, to me, it just smells like that. It's like, hey, can we recapture those good old days of Marvel films that everybody came to watch?
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll work. Like, I don't know, but
it's not the same. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's just like there's no beginning to this phase. It was going to be the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah.
The kickoff for the Kang Dynasty was Ant-Man 3. In my personal opinion, Ant-Man 3 was the worst, one of the worst Marvel films I had ever seen. Had nothing to do with Jonathan Majors. It just was a horrible movie where it was just I hate when they do convenient films where it's like, hey, how are we going to break in the fortress? Oh, look, there's ants over there. How convenient. Hey, what are we going to do here? Oh, we could do this. How convenient. Oh, I found something on the ground I could use. How convenient. I hate that. It's like there's no, thrill. You don't know if someone's going to die. You don't know if like people got to sacrifice themselves. How are they going to figure this out to get out? No, it's just convenient. We got it. We can do it. No big deal. And it was just so boring.
Yeah.
And even Kang is like, no, like in the comics, he's like no joke. Like you can't really stand toe to toe with him like Ant-Man did.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I hate the fact that they make Ant-Man like Giant Man all the time.
Yeah.
To win.
Yeah.
I know he can do that. It's just he's
stupid.
Ant-Man. He's supposed to figure it out while he's an ant.
But this is what I don't understand, Drunk, when I seen the movie. And a lot of people didn't catch this. Now, didn't at some point in the movie when we're introduced to Kang tell us that in all these multiverses, he defeated the Avengers. Remember he said that? He said, oh, you're Thor, I killed Thor. You know, that stupid stuff. But then when you get to the end of the movie, he gets beat by
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I was just like, I hated it. And that so now Kang was supposed to be he was supposed to be your Thanos. Yeah. And you're like, well, Ant-Man could beat him. So what's the point? You know, it's like it didn't set the tone. When Thanos popped onto the scene, the first thing he did was beat up the Hulk, right? Like he just came out and they did a good job for what it's worth in the Marvels to make the Hulk like, you don't mess with the Hulk. The Hulk will go toe to toe, and it was like the Hulk got owned in that first 5 minutes.
And that set the tone.
Like, yes, it set the tone. It's like, you don't know who you're messing with here. Like, this is Thanos. Like, you don't know who you're messing with here. And so it set a good tone. They didn't do that well with Kang. They didn't do that well with him. And Kang was introduced in the Loki series, which I couldn't even fit it. Man, don't get me. Now you get me started.
No, man, that Loki was trash. Just go.
I hated it because in the first episode, everything that I loved about the Marvels movies from Phase 1 and 3, they just threw it in the trash when he went and opened the desk drawer and like Loki and all those Infinity Stones were in the top drawer.
This was the first season, right?
Yeah. And Loki's like, man, so many people died because of those. And he goes, oh, we have them. They're like paperweights up here. And I was like, how could you spit into the face of all those people that made you billions of dollars per film to say that the Infinity Stones it's stupid, right? Like, how could you just do that and think that's a good thing to do? You literally spit on the face, in my opinion, of all the fans that were like the Infinity Saga, and you just said they don't matter, didn't matter, it's no big deal. It's like, really?
Well, that's what Taika Waititi, or however you say his name.
Yeah,
that's what he did to the Thor fan.
Yeah.
You know. But hey, let's check this out real quick.
That last Thor film was horrible.
Oh yeah, it's trash. It was. I don't even.
And listen,
remember.
DC should have smelled blood in the water when all these crappy Marvel films. When people are like, we need a superhero franchise because Marvel ain't it no more. You would think DC was like, We ready.
Well, I want to see what this Thunderbolts, and I want to see what this Fantastic Four does. It's something in my heart that's not hyped about this Fantastic Four, because I know this is supposed to be the big blockbuster, but I don't know. That trailer didn't impress me.
Nah.
So I don't know. But I'm gonna tell you what impressed me. This right here. Did you see this? You just
no.
All right, just watch it. Just watch it. Very impressive. And this is a real commercial. This is a State Farm commercial. Let's check it out.
Yo, the Joker.
As havoc continues across Gotham City, it seems our only hope is Batman.
Batman?
Yeah, close enough. Bateman. Gotta tell you, the suit really bunches up in the old Batcave, if you know what I mean.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting Bateman when you need the protection of Batman.
Easy, Batemobile, not too fast, baby.
Riddle me this.
What is dusk? You don't have to answer in the form of a question. What is
You
dawn?
don't need to answer like that.
Do something, Bateman! Yeah, okay. Stop. Whoa, cat lady. Time out. Wow.
Nice fanny bag.
Thank you. Rude. What is love?
All right.
What isn't love? You know, just toss him.
Not all protection is the same.
Any last words? Just one. It's a long one. Dermatologist.
That's why you need the real deal.
Look out! That's Batman! Go home, Bateman. Do a podcast or something. That's hurtful.
Citizens need help with vandalism spikes. Police
Never
say
play with poison
suspect
ivy.
is Poison ivy.
Someone's a flirt. Bateman, please. Yeah, this is feeling much more Batman to me.
Are you serious, bro?
When it comes to protection, you wouldn't settle for Bateman when there's Batman. So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm.
Don't touch that. Well, now I want to touch it more.
Man, look at that Joker, man.
The Joker we've always wanted.
Man, that's the best looking Joker
State
I ever
Farm
seen.
did it.
Man, that's insane, man. Let's keep going.
Oh, boy. Party clown. Listen, if we're going to be roomies, no juggling, no magic, no balloon animals. I don't want any weird clown stuff, okay?
There you go. Boom.
State Farm gets it right. Then that's
Man.
sad when you have to say State Farm gets it right, you know.
State Farm gets it right, man. Yeah, I saw that, man, and it blew me away. I couldn't believe it. It's like you said though, man. Marvel is in some very icy water right now. They're stepping on some icy water. I think this is the time to attack. It's pretty much
I
the time
agree.
to attack.
Well, we're gonna find out. Superman's coming, right? Like July,
coming.
bro.
And
Superman is it? I think Superman and Fantastic Four are, if they're not the same weekend, they're like one right after the next. Holy crap! In July,
it's 1 week apart from each
dude.
other.
So
Now,
Marvel's like, all right, you coming? We coming too. Let's see who wins.
But this is the kicker. Okay, first week is Superman. Second week is Fantastic Four. You know what's coming that third week? Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So those are 3 heavy hitters for July.
Dinosaurs, whether you love them or not, always do well.
They always do well.
It's just whether you like those movies or not, those movies always performed. People like dinosaurs. And this is supposed to be the most brutal Jurassic Park film ever. Like,
wow.
Brutal. Like, people get ripped to shreds.
Jeez Louise. Let's check this out right here. This is the cast that was in the commercial. You got Poison Ivy. You got the Riddler. You got, I almost said Clayface. You got Two-Face. Do I got the sound off? Nope. And this dude right here killed it as the Joker.
Yeah, he did a great job. Great commercial.
Yeah,
That's Kai. You know Kai Cenat, right? Did I say his name right?
Oh yeah, Casanat is the biggest he
Twitch
the,
streamer in the world.
yeah, and probably the biggest YouTuber. Or is that Joe Rogan?
No, the biggest YouTuber is iShowSpeed.
Really?
Yeah, he's the biggest YouTube streamer in the world. iShowSpeed. He set all the records this year.
My son, he will always tell me about iShowSpeed, and I think I was off for the summer one summer, and my YouTube, you know how like you get done watching a video or a stream, and your YouTube will automatically put you to something else. Well, it put it on the iShowSpeed live stream, and I'm not gonna lie, man, that was like one of the most entertaining, hilarious streams ever. Now, for our generation, maybe they won't get it, but that's a hilarious dude, man.
He's funny, but like you're right. It's definitely not for an older crowd. He just screams and yells, and he's diving into his age bracket for sure. So people will watch that and be like, why does he have 150,000 people watching him? I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish I could get 1,000, but hey, I can't be mad at him, man, if that's what he's got.
Man, you got that, man, and your streams are huge, man. You got that.
Sometimes.
I'm
150.
Go ahead. Yeah, you gonna get there, man. You'll definitely get there.
All right.
Kai number 2. It's crazy. The best live action Joker and Poison Ivy are in a commercial. I definitely agree.
Yeah, agreed.
Real films cannot be like this. Correct, Dr. Doug, but cannot really tell anymore what's really going on. Hello, Fatal J. Next, we should get Superman and Brainiac to appear in these commercials. I definitely agree. It'll be highly satisfying to see Jurassic World Rebirth crush Fantastic Four at the movies, given Mahershala Ali is in it. Oh, because of the Blade stuff. Okay, I see what you mean. With those 3 movies I just named, that's going to be in the box office. Which one you think is going to come off on top? Me, I think all of them will be successful. But which one you think is going to be the box office winner?
I think Jurassic Park.
I could see that.
Just because of the international love that these dinosaur films get. So,
yeah.
Superman is an interesting character. Superman is American, truth, justice, the American way.
Yeah.
He's kind of the American character. He's not as popular overseas as he is in the States. But you put a good Superman movie together, people will watch it all over the world. So, so that's an interesting one. Fantastic Four is trying to pick up Marvel's slack, and Marvel is not doing well right now. So that'll be interesting to see if people will wait. The problem is, which movie comes out first? Superman? So
Superman come out first.
Yeah. So if people decide they want to wait for reviews and stuff, the next big blockbuster is going to be right up the next weekend. So they might just forget about it and go to the next one. Superman could be the most incredible film, and that means Fantastic Four will be all but forgotten. It'll come out and just fizz in the sun, Yeah.
Drunk, I got a friend in the back.
Yeah.
This man here, I love his streams. This guy right here, we talking about Superman. He hates James Gunn. I'm just gonna bring him through. Super Slab, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on with you, Jay?
Hey, what's up?
Not much, man.
I'm Jay too. Sorry.
What's going on? Excuse my tardiness, but I just got off work, so yeah.
Oh man, I understand because I know you're on that West Coast time, right?
Yes, sir.
Let me ask you a question. I already know your answer, but you always bring logic to the situation.
I try.
Now, July is gonna pop off.
Yeah.
That first week we get Superman. The second week we get Fantastic Four, and that third week we get Jurassic Park. Who coming off on top?
Jurassic Park eats everybody's lunch.
I said this. Yep, and I said the same thing. I think it's Jurassic Park.
If I had to rank them, Jurassic Park, Fantastic Four, and Superman dead last. I don't think, for the life of me, I don't understand why people think Superman's going to do anything more than $500 to $600 million. I don't understand why. It won't come close to Man of Steel numbers. I just don't see how I don't get it. It seems to me people kind of lose logic when it comes to James Gunn and the situation that DC in. The DC fandom is so fractured.
It
And
is.
I think it's irreparable to a certain extent, and I just look forward to them first week numbers and all the excuses that people are going to give for why it didn't do what it's supposed to do. I'm just here for it, man. I'll be here.
Slide. Let me ask you this question: Is it because of the suit? Because Drunk, I know you hate the suit.
Yeah, that's just one thing.
Listen, DC had so many failures. We're still mad at the old regime for Warner Brothers. I'm still mad at Walter Hamada, even though he's no longer there. I'm still mad at I still wanted to see Zach complete his story. I'm not a James Gunn sycophant. I loved Henry. Henry is my Superman. I grew up with Christopher Reeve, but for me, I'm going Cavill every time. And I even like Brandon Ruth. I hate that Brandon Ruth didn't get a sequel. He should have got a sequel. You know, I like Return of Superman. I had no issue. The movie had issues, but give it enough time to give us a sequel. Work the problems out of the first movie. That first Superman, Richard Donner, you know, the second one wasn't. It was the better version, the better one of the trilogy, right? Richard Donner had his issues with Warner Brothers. This is a lifelong issue, Hollywood, that we've had with creators versus consumers, and it's just the same old. I don't see how people see it any other way. You have a large faction of people that are not happy with DC. Listen, if I'm gonna boycott DC, I'm gonna boycott everything DC puts out.
Okay.
I think I've earned the right to be that way because you didn't give me what I want. So when I gave you when I gave you money for what I wanted, you rewarded me. You pulled the rug out from me. You stabbed me in the back. You lied to me. You bamboozled me. Now I got to make you suffer. Hey, my wallet is closed. No, thank you.
Sly, let's just say it does 500 to 600 in the box office worldwide. You know it's over for DC after that, right?
As it should be.
Yeah, I think everything is resting on this film, and once it's gone, it's gone. Did you hear the man, it's just a rumor that's floating around, the rumor about the Superman film, that it's not being received well at Warner Brothers, and that's why when they released the teaser trailer, there was absolutely no dialogue in it. Oh, you heard that? Okay.
Hey, I got friends on the Warner lot right now.
Oh, okay, so that's what happened. Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah.
So is there truth to that? Do you think?
They're nervous. They're extremely nervous. Listen, you have no CinemaCon, no.
Yeah.
None of the cons at all.
That's right.
You messed up with the Puppy Bowl. You gave us that I don't know what that was for the Super Bowl ad with Guy Gardner. What was that? Like, are you trolling us at this point? Like, do you want this movie to fail? Because that's the path that you're on, and it's going to happen at this rate. I just
it's bad when your movie creates more memes than buzz.
Yeah.
When more people would like to meme it than make a buzz about it.
Listen, I go back to James Gunn Slither. I love Slither. Like, I go back that far with James Gunn, but I don't drink the Kool-Aid. Like, and
and remember him and Snyder did Dawn of the Dead together too.
Yeah.
How do you feel about James Gunn and Marvel?
He did what he's supposed to do. He's a competent director. Don't get me wrong. When he has
no. What I'm saying is, like, yeah, because I didn't mean to cut you. Forgive me.
No.
Marvel is a different run than DC.
Yeah.
Marvel's supposed to have a little corniness to it.
Yeah.
DC's not supposed to have that. DC's dark. Yeah. In my opinion, it's more of a darker. Is that correct?
I would say so. I mean, I remember the comics. I remember Batman getting his back broken, the death of Superman. Like, I grew up. This is part of my childhood, so I expect death and destruction. You know, people. Batgirl got shot. She's paralyzed. This is how I grew up. Like, this is the tone I want. I don't want happy light. Yeah, happy light Superman. That the Donner version was cool, but I'm older now. I don't want to see happy. I want to see.
So that's what scares a lot. So I'm more of a Marvel person, and I when I heard that James Gunn was taking DC, the first thing I said was, if he tries to change DC into a Marvel brand, it will fail beyond measure. It will be nuked beyond measure because you just can't.
Yeah.
And what I was afraid of is like Warner Brothers sees that all the success that Marvel, and I will say had, right? And be like, man, we need that over here for our movies. So maybe we'll bring someone over here to like bring those billion-dollar films over here. But it's like you can't mess with the formula like that. You can't bring Marvel atmosphere and put it in DC. So
I think the one thing that people forget that James had the benefit of the Infinity Saga, like with his movies. You take away the Infinity Saga, a lot of those movies don't do well. Captain Marvel shouldn't have made $1 billion, but you put it in between Infinity Wars and Endgames. Of course, it does stupid numbers. So a lot of those movies without that tie-in to that storyline, they don't do well. That's how I see it.
To me, that was perfect marketing, though.
Yeah.
To wedge it in between those two movies.
As you should. Yeah.
That was the only reason why I went to go watch Captain Marvel.
That's it.
I had no interest in that character.
That's it.
But check this out real quick, fellas. I thought this was interesting. Check this out.
A company in the world with the greatest IP, the most iconic IP. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Sex and the City, Entourage, Game of a company in the world with the greatest IP, the most iconic IP. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Sex and the
It didn't show the whole thing, but pretty much what he said was Superman is one of his most valuable IP. And then there was another part where Zaslav was talking about this movie, Superman, everything is riding on this movie.
Why would he even say that aloud? Why would you do that? Like, you didn't become a billionaire making these types of moves when you had the Discovery Channel and God knows whatever else. So why are you're just putting the target on? What? I for the life of me, I don't understand why he said that aloud.
Yeah. So you think Jurassic Park is gonna eat
everybody's lunch? Yeah.
And then you think Fantastic Four? Now I got a theory with Fantastic Four. To me, that trailer was but if they do this, and I feel like they will, the next big trailer with Fantastic Four, if they put Robert Downey Jr. in that trailer and they show him like putting on the mask or whatever for Doom, it's a wrap.
Well, if that's what it's alluding to towards the end, it's lights out for Superman at that point. Because what am I looking forward to with Superman? Because where's the other guy? For one, what happened to the other guy? That's the first thing I'm asking. And then it's like, okay, listen, I don't care about no dog. I'm sorry. Crypto. Come on, man. A super dog. Like I'm 50. I'll be 50 years old. I'm into nostalgia all day, but I'm 50, man. I want to see something that I can relate to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't want to see a super dog.
I don't mean to change the subject, but is that Transformers the movie poster behind you?
Yes, sir, it is.
Bro, that's the most traumatic film in my entire life. I think I had to go to counseling for 6 years after watching that. After my dad dropped me off and my little brother, we left that theater going, what? Like, you see, I love Starscream, man. I collect a lot of G1 stuff.
I does this though.
You got the touch. You got the power.
Yeah, I hated Rodimus Prime because of that, because he got Optimus Prime killed, and I'm crying, and I'm like, the only thing I got left is Starscream, and then they blow him up to smithereens, and I'm like, I hate life.
Yeah, we have a childhood trauma.
It triggered me. Your poster triggered me.
We have a childhood trauma.
Oh. Hey, when I was in the theaters and I seen that Transformer, I'm like, oh shit.
Yo, the first act when
First 5 minutes, Megatron kills all your favorites. And we're all like,
you knew what was different when you saw the explosion. When whoever shot first and missed and it exploded, I was like, oh wait, this feels different. I was like, oh, somebody might get killed.
Yeah.
And the infamous, such heroic nonsense, and you blew off his head. I was like, oh my God.
No, what blew my mind was
go ahead. I'm saying there was a documentary that is wonderful about that movie, and they were saying that movie, the Transformers movie '86, changed changed movies forever that appeals to a younger audience, because it was the last film that dealt with severe death of characters that young people loved. And the G.I. Joe film that came out a little bit later changed completely because Duke was supposed to die, and they were like, yeah, we can't, kids are going to be in hospital beds after that. So it was like, and moving forward after that, it changed everything for movies, where people were like, they studied that film. We're like, you know, Hasbro just wanted to make new toys. They're like, let's just wipe these boys out. We'll make new toys. It'd be fine. Who cares? It's just kids, right? And then, you know, it was so bad. They had to bring all the old ones back, you know, in like season 3.
Yeah. And that's what blew my mind. Optimus didn't come back. He didn't come back. I mean, they took a big risk killing my boy like that.
Bro, they killed, listen, Wheeljack. Sorry, man, I've completely derailed. Your poster triggered me. I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, you good, man.
Wheeljack built the Dinobots in the series. Wheeljack, he died off screen, and they showed him in the movie for 2 seconds, dead on the ground. That's all the love they gave to Wheeljack in the movie. He was just dead on the ground for a second. They're like,
when
God
Ratchet's
dang,
eyes burn out. Yeah, no. When the eyes burn out and the smoke out of his eyes, and you see the soul leave his body, I'm like, what is this?
That was a crazy time, man. I was so, what a movie.
And what was the name again that Megatron turned into? What was his name? Galvatron.
Yeah,
that was an impressive movie, man.
Well, it was wild because Starscream became the king.
Galvatron for a little bit before he got killed.
He got turned into dust. And then they brought him back as a ghost in the series, which was weird, but he got killed. And then the originals that actually lived, like Soundwave and a few others, they just didn't show up in the movie no more. It was Galvatron and his boys, and they just went and did their thing. And we were like, what happened? What a crazy film.
And that first battle was crazy because I'm thinking my boys is gonna win. And then what the freak? The Devastator. What the freak is the Devastator?
That was rough. That was rough.
Speaking of another Devastator right here, the new Snow White. Snow White debuts with 48% on Rotten Tomatoes based on 40 reviews. Now, Joe 3PO, this is your expertise. What is going on with this film, and is it possible that things will turn around in the box office for this movie?
If people want to take their families that aren't watching the nonsense that's going on around the film, I guess they call it the controversies. So the problem with this film is what's happening. If you don't know, Rachel Zegler, when the first teaser trailer came out, posted the teaser trailer, and it's still on her Twitter. This is the last tweet she ever did. It was like 2 years ago. Then she wrote on the bottom, "Free Palestine." Okay. We're not getting no political debate, so don't come at me or anything. I'm just telling you the controversy with the film. You've got Gal Gadot, who is from Israel and did a big speech on supporting Israel against Palestine. Then you have Rachel Zegler saying "Free Palestine." Hey, man, that's their opinion. They're right. No politics here.
Oh, that's right, because Gal Gadot
started the whole division, like where they're like, well, I'm going to boycott that film because of Gal Gadot. And then it's like, well, I'm going to boycott that film because of Rachel. And it started this whole political divide in the film. So then Disney's like, please don't say anything else, Rachel. Please don't say anything else. No problem. Let's just get this movie going. It'll be fine. And then Trump wins the election, and she's right. She says, I hope all Trump supporters never find peace. Then Disney's like, why do you say that? Like, so she came out and apologized for that, right? And the apology, it was weird because she was like almost fake crying and everything. So then that was a controversy that started up. Then the rumors started coming out that Gail and Rachel they don't like each other whatsoever. And so you start looking that they are never together in anything until the Oscars. And if you see them come out for the Oscars, they don't even look at each other. They had no banter with each other. They walked, did their job, and separated immediately.
No chemistry.
Disney sends Gail to do all the American talk shows, and then they send Rachel where she's not allowed to talk to any press, but she sings songs in Japan and Spain and all that stuff. Like, you got a beautiful voice. I mean, there's no denying that. And so then they don't come together. Then they canceled the big red carpet where press was supposed to be. They're like, no press. We don't want them asking them any questions. So then, so they had this red carpet thing where they didn't really even talk to each other, or they took one picture together, Rachel and Gail, and then they separated. So it's just been a PR nightmare for this film. And then you have the little people. You call them, right? Little people.
Yeah, this is what you got.
You got one group of little people mad that they were going to hire little people to play dwarves. Then you got the other side saying, oh, they use CGI dwarves. That's terror. And so, like, bro, anything and everything is happening in this film as far as controversy. And it's insane to see this play out. Like, it is insane. So then, of course, in the original, she's called Snow White because her skin is white as snow, right? They changed it in the film saying her name is Snow White because she was born during a snowstorm. That's how they're justifying that her skin is pale like the cartoon.
Yeah.
So it's just so now you have the Snow White Disney purists that are like, well, why would you change the story if it's supposed to be live? Bro, it is just like anything, everything attached to this film, people are turning it into this big controversy. So if people aren't paying attention to any of that, then maybe they'll go see it and have a good time.
Well, this is the thing too. I just pulled this up on Twitter. A lot of people are posting up the seats in the theaters, in different theaters, and they said it's just so many empty seats.
Yeah. So somebody sent me a $60 super chat yesterday to go see the film, because I'm not into musicals. It's just not my thing. Not saying they're bad. I have, this movie's not made for me to go watch, right? Like, it's for young people to go watch and enjoy music, like Wicked. I heard Wicked was fantastic. It wasn't for me. I didn't go see it. Didn't talk anything about it.
Yeah.
So someone sent me $60 to go watch it. So I got my ticket to go see it tomorrow. And there's 4 people in the theater as of today when I bought the ticket.
That's crazy.
So I don't know, man. I don't know what's gonna happen. So, and it's only projected to earn less than $100 million or less in the opening weekend, which is way below what they needed for this film to make. They needed it to do about 210, 220 to get ready to hit
the break even,
their budget and stuff. So
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Speak on
it. How far along was it when Rachel went off the rails? Because I see Rachel and I think Gina Carano, and they got rid of Gina Carano quickly.
Yeah.
And they brought out the hammers for her.
Yeah.
So was it too late for them to do that to her, to Rachel, when she went off the rails with the Snow White?
Now hold on real quick.
Kind of sketchy.
Real quick, Slide, real quick. Junk, I know y'all want me to do this, but you my boy, I don't care. This man right here, he famous as Gina Carano's right-hand man.
Okay. Yeah, I'm in the right place.
Yeah. So he got all the information.
Some things I can't talk about, but yeah, I'm her convention manager when, like, she goes to.
Oh, that's what's up. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So it was Rachel Zegler that started the Fire Gina Carano campaign back in 2020.
Magic mirror.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
It's okay. When she was asked to put pronouns in her bio, and that's when Gina put beep bop boop.
I remember that. Yeah.
Then it was Rachel Zegler that came on the defense for people with pronouns and saying that this person, she should be fired. We need to find a replacement for Cara Dune. And she did all this on her social media. So it started this hate campaign against Gina. And then eventually Gina got fired. It was for a political post, right? I think with Rachel, I think that the movie was already finished. And then she started saying all this political stuff.
Okay.
Like, the thing is, if you're for pre-Palestine, fine. That's your opinion. Fine. We live in America. Fatal J's opinion will be different on mine on whatever. Comic books, games. You do that. The thing is, she put it in the teaser trailer of the of the movie.
Are you serious?
Like
That's
she
crazy.
posted it like right after she posted the movie. So it's like, if you have that opinion, that's fine, but you're dragging the movie in with, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you want to go out and make speeches about how you feel and your politics, you have every right as an American to go out and do that, and no one should hate you for it, even if I disagree or whoever.
Yeah.
The fact that she put it with the movie started this whole circle, and that's why she's like, well, I'm not going to post anything on social media anymore. The last thing that she did, this is dirty. On her Instagram, there were people making Photoshop images of her that digitally removed Gal Gadot from the movie posters, and she took those images and posted it on her social media, starting the media frenzy on how much she must hate Gal Gadot, right?
Wow.
And she was open about it. She goes, oh, look what this person made. Look what this person, you know, like on her Instagram story. And you're kind of like, that's not how you do it. You know what I mean? Like you want your movies to succeed. Like, that's not, if you hate the person you're working with, I'm sure there's plenty of actors that hate people that they work with, but you don't go out there and try to sabotage your film, you know, because of that. So like, that was like more stuff that you're kind of like, my gosh, why would she do that stuff?
That's a spiteful.
It's crazy, right? It's
That's
crazy.
insane.
And I've been following this because, well, I couldn't believe that she would do this kind of stuff. And just now yesterday, she came out and said, you know what? I just want people to show more kindness in the world and more kindness to me. And you're kind of like, well, you could start with an apology, maybe, you know, with like some of these things. I don't know. She's young, and I hope she learns, you know, a lesson. And I predicted that she probably will be looked at as a controversial figure in movies moving forward. And she'll probably be on Broadway for a little while. And as soon as I remember saying that, the next day it was announced that her next gig is this Broadway thing in Spain. I think it's in Spain. And then she has another Broadway show in another country. So that's probably where she needs to be, like a theater child and everything like that.
Yeah.
And it's just wild that she did all that stuff, you know?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Childish, man. You know, you messing with your bread and butter when you do stuff like that. You know,
but you ever wonder how, if people, and I'm not just talking about her, but you know, a lot of these people get these egos where they feel, you know, maybe they feel entitled. This younger generation of celebrity that happens so quickly.
It happened too fast.
Maybe they step into a world where they're surrounded by so many people that tell them how wonderful they are all the time, and you wonder how mentally.
I'm weird. Like, do not people not watch Entourage? Did y'all not see what happened with Vincent? Like, we also happened with Vincent, man.
Which one was Vincent? That was his brother.
No, Vincent was the star, and
oh yeah, that's right. Vincent was the main dude, and then
Yeah.
he had the goofy brother that tried to be in the stuff too, but he wasn't that big.
Johnny
like
Drama.
Vincent.
Yeah, victory.
Johnny Drama. Yeah, man. Me and my dad used to watch Entourage religiously. Man, that was
a great show.
Yeah,
but the last thing that they did, allegedly, the controversy was getting so bad with this Snow White that Disney decided to release the Lilo and Stitch teaser trailer early because that looks really good. You know, that looks like a live action that I haven't seen hardly anyone complain about.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we got to get some good press in here. So release the teaser trailer early, because I think they were supposed to do it after this film came out. Who knows? Who knows?
This movie is gonna tank, man, because you already got the critics talking about it, and then you have nobody reserving seats. It's drunk. You supposed to get a lot of good views off this the next few weeks.
Oh,
man.
I did. She made me a lot of money, so I appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
She's already made me a lot of money.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Rachel Ziegler.
Yeah, shout out. But I mean, can I show you guys
something? Oh yeah, man.
This is what like these are some of the things that I've saved whenever you're ready.
Okay.
So these are the right here. It says Gal Gadot is reportedly annoyed with the drama surrounding the live-action Snow White film, and sources say she enjoyed filming. She was fine with Rachel, but they're not friends. They have nothing in common. And Gail just is on social media. Gail is just getting destroyed by the Twitter people, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah.
Like this one here says Gail supports child murder and Rachel Zegler hates her. I mean, it's just nonstop. New look at Gal Gadot as the old hag in the Disney's live-action Snow White film. This person's like, so as herself. This post got like 7 million interactions.
Wow.
And all of it was like, yeah, Gail is hideous. Here's what some people are saying. Like, these were the people that were paid to be there. Like, and so this is the other thing that Disney's not helping themselves. So when the premiere happened, they had only a select few people that were allowed to talk about the film when they left the secret premiere. It wasn't secret, but it was like very tight. Listen to these type of reviews. Despite the Bob being all over the place, Snow White is quite charming. The message lands well. The critters are adorable. And Rachel Zegler and her enchanting voice are stunning. It almost got a full tear out of me, and I never cried my entire life. And it's like, can you be more fake with your reviews? Like, can you be more fake? This one says Rachel Zegler is a shining supernova, an exploding star, beautifully embodying the graceful, gentle nature of the OG Disney princess. It's a visual feast with show-stopping new music numbers and, of course, dozens of enchanting animated animals. The screenplay wisely gives its heroine newfound depth, though her fervent desire to become the leader of her father believed she could be, and a love story that's sweet as apple pie. These type of movie reviews look so bought and paid for.
Oh, yeah,
I
they
hate to
paid
say
for
it. Like that, this is a massive word salad of what are you talking about? You know, in my opinion, like it's pretty crazy. Now, some of the newer reviews came out today, and people were saying like, yeah, this movie's just kind of mid. It's you know, it's so I don't know. I've just never seen a film with this much, I would almost say, unnecessary controversy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like unnecessary, like it's a live action Snow White. It's not that difficult, right? That's it. You sing some songs, you got 7 dwarfs, and the prince saves you at the end. But it's like, it seems like from day one, it's been nothing but a crazy thing, you know, like every little thing that they do has backfired and caused division and chaos for this movie. So,
and the kids not hype that to me, Snow White is even way before us when we was younger, right? Wasn't that like
that was Walt Disney's first film, I think.
Yeah.
I think he put his entire life savings into that film. So if that had failed, he would have failed.
You guys don't think you don't think it'll do well on streaming after its theater run, after all the heat dies down a bit?
If it's a good film, and I think word of mouth is really big nowadays for movies, I think it'll do fine.
Okay.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like I think people are tired of movie critics, like the professional ones, because they've just been out so many times. They would rather listen to you guys, you know, and what you have to say. They would rather listen to people that they trust, you know, people that maybe have the same liking of movies, you know. So if like I talk about movies that I love, Indiana Jones or the old Star Wars or whatever, people might be drawn to me saying, yeah, me and Jay like the same kind of movies. So what did he think when he saw this? And if it's like, yeah, it's not for me, I don't like musicals, but there was no weirdness in it, so maybe your children might enjoy it, then yeah, then they would listen. But the day of the professional movie critic, I think it has died years ago, when they were trying to force. I mean, listen, you have professional movie critics now trying to force, like you said, these James Gunn Superman and others just saying like, oh, it's going to be amazing. Just give it. Oh, I spoke to someone in the back and they said, you're not going to believe what you're going to see. Oh, and I saw a 5-minute snippet of it and I almost cried and shed a tear. Yeah, they say stuff like that. And you're like, come on, man, give me a break. Like, give me a break. We don't buy that stuff anymore. I'm gonna wait and see what Fatal J has to say about the film. I'm gonna wait and so if this movie is without its controversies and word of mouth gets out, like, yeah, it's fine for your kids, they'll have a good time, then yeah, I think it'll do fine. So the time will tell. It could bomb out of the water. I'm predicting 310 million. That's it. That's a low number, but that's what
that's
I
my
think.
number two. I say about 250, 300. That's the most it's gonna do.
You guys are saying that worldwide for this movie?
Yeah,
worldwide. Yes, sir. Worldwide.
I might be way off, but I don't think it's gonna do well. I mean, right now the pre-sale tickets are really bad, and it's estimated, like the last thing that we looked at, I think it was estimated to do 80 million the first weekend worldwide.
So then the question is, do they leave it in the theaters that have an extended run, or do they just cut it after the 45-day window and just throw it straight on to Disney Plus?
Yeah, it might be at Disney Plus sooner than later. Yeah.
But see, I think that's the problem. Like, I hate what streaming has done.
Yes,
to
because
Hollywood
people will
right
sit
now.
at home and wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta go. I can't be on the same screen with.
Well, look at his screen name.
He don't like my. He don't like my politics and my Star Wars.
I aggressed you. Hey, that's the new word for 2025.
That's
aggressive.
He blocked me on Twitter. I don't know. I can't be here.
No, I will aggress you. You understand what I'm saying? Keep on playing around. What's up, Jay? What up, Sly? Fatal, what up, brother?
What up, man? What up, man?
What up to the
Working
chat?
hard, bro.
I know I'm late. Yes, man. Yes.
Yeah,
just basically just got out of work just like 20 minutes ago, bro.
Yeah. Me and Drunk already went over the audio, but I want to bring back the audio just one more time, just to get a perspective from you, Sly, and you, Mark. We're gonna check it out, and you guys let me know what you think. Let's see if I can find it. Here you go. Boom. All righty. And here we go.
What's the beef, Mark, in the chat? I have no beef with Mark. I got to be careful, man. People take these things I say on the internet and run with it.
All right, let's check it out. Here you go.
I heard. I'm gonna.
Honestly, I never wrestled with a woman before. And it's just, I never aggressed I aggressed you. Like,
You strangled me and pushed me against the car.
Yeah, all those things are under aggressed.
Yeah.
You know, like, that's never happened to me. So I
Because I said something sarcastically, if in your eyes.
Clearly it's more than that.
Yeah.
Clearly
something inside of you.
Yeah, towards you.
All right, now I'm gonna stop it on the first sentence he made in this audio.
I'm ashamed. I never wrestled with a woman before. And it's just.
He said he never wrestled with a woman before.
Well, he hasn't lived. Jeez, bro, how old is he? You gotta bring out the baby oil. Well, never mind. Forget about. Never mind.
But
no
this
baby
is
oil.
what I'm thinking.
No baby oil.
This is what I'm thinking, fellas. Okay, it's you, and you have your old lady with you. It's just you two in there. Why are you telling her I never wrestled with a woman before?
He was getting it on, bro.
Can I go first with that one?
Yeah, go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
I've had women put hands on me before. So from that's one angle. The second angle is I know couples that will fight behind closed doors, and then they'll laugh and joke what they did to each other. Oh, well, you caught me on that one. Well, yeah, you caught me, but I got you back. And I've seen couples will nonchalantly discuss a knockdown, drag out fight, like two old drinking buddies, and this is very poor context. It's a minute snippet. And for those that were not following the case, this had already been submitted to the courts. The judge said it's not relevant to the case. So the judge threw this out because it's not relevant to the case, not to that specific incident. So this had all been submitted before, but normies don't know that or won't do the research. And so now, once again, he's back being tried in the court of opinion all over again. Hollywood is nasty, man. And Rolling Stone it's legacy media, but it's an institution that's not going anywhere. And this is nasty work, and I hate this for him. But
see, that's what Drunk was saying. See, I'm not familiar with Rolling Stone. Like, I mean, I've seen the magazines when I go in the stores throughout the years, but Drunk was pretty much saying Rolling Stone, they do nasty work.
Oh yeah,
you know,
yeah. And people still hold their words as truth. But to the Jonathan Majors part, like I said, I've seen couples. I'll be there on the couch and they're tussling and tearing up stuff, and then 10 minutes later, hey, you called me on that one. Yeah, you got me back. I got you back.
I ain't trying to laugh, but
I've seen it. I ain't saying it's right, but hey,
yeah,
I've seen it. That's my take on it.
All right, let's keep going.
Thug love.
Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah, man. I mean, go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, Mark. No, go ahead, Mark.
Go on, bro, because I know it's getting late. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Now, I don't know if he was balling up some paper. Some people say this is a weird point of the audio. Maybe this was an edit. I don't know, but let's try to listen closely.
I addressed you. Like,
He strangled me and pushed me against the car.
All those things are under address.
Yeah.
Okay, so he went from the conversation. He started the conversation. I never wrestled a woman before. And then he said, I never aggressed you. And then she said, you strangled me. And then he said, that was under aggress. So what the freak is he talking about?
They got physical with each other. They got into a fight.
I like the word salad. That was smart. Honestly. I mean, if you're trying to catch him up on something, I aggressed you without saying I specifically did what you said I did. I get it. I get what he's trying to do.
But Sly, do you think he might have known he was being taped?
Possibly. I would.
That's what I'm thinking.
Here, at the end of the day, this is what I got. I got an audio of this, and I got the video footage of him doing a 40-yard dash away from the little bitty woman.
That's
So
what I told Drunk.
somewhere in the middle, for me, is the truth.
Okay. Just from your heart of hearts, do you think he laid hands on her?
I'm sure he has.
That's what I'm thinking too.
I wouldn't put it past him. Like, I'm sure he probably throttled her or scruffed the neck with a type. I would not be surprised if that all came out to be true. Yeah, I would not be surprised.
Yeah. That's Mark.
I think he gave that ass a good thrashing. Yes.
Okay.
And you know what? I said that months ago. Now I know nobody wants to hear it, but all of us have been in hot situations in relationships, and nothing brings the blood to a boil quicker than a man with a woman who's driving him nuts. Now you may be able to catch yourself in everything.
Yeah.
But we've all been right there.
They can get you there. They can get you there.
If you're with the wrong woman who doesn't know when to stop pressing buttons and stuff.
Yeah.
Not to say that you're not responsible. Most men should be able to walk away, but you saw that man trying to run down the block, and she was chasing after him. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes it just comes to the point where you're just like, "Will you leave me alone?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Things happen. That's why I wasn't saying that it's out of the realm of possibility that he put his hands on her.
Yeah.
She put her hands on him.
That's not the excuse. She may be antagonistic. She may have a slick mouth. I'm not excusing none of that. I believe he put hands on her at some point, and I believe she knows what buttons to push. And some women are just like that. They know how to get you off your square, and they will use it to their advantage if they see fit. But to me, both parties would be guilty. But of course, when it comes to physicality, of course, the man's seen as the villain, because it's like, oh my God, now I got physical. You could have done something really bad to this woman, and I get it. But there are women out there that can just cut you with a knife, and unless you know how to deal with type of woman like that, I mean, we see all the videos on Twitter. Go on Twitter, and you'll see the woman try to run him over with the van, and then he gets back up and he hops in the van, and they drive off together again. Like,
Yeah. You see it all the time. Let's try to finish this up.
Like that's never happened to me. So I
Because I said something sarcastically, if in your eyes.
Clearly, it's more than that.
Yeah.
Clearly,
something inside of you.
Yeah, towards you.
What you fellas think?
I believe what she's saying is true, and I'm not defending it, but in the court of law. He's already been served. Justice has been served. He did his time. Let him do his penance and do his, apology tour. Let that man eat. Let that man do his craft and eat.
No, well, there it is. We all know this is coming out now because this movie's about to drop. A lot of people are saying he turns in an Oscar-winning performance, and somebody decided, nope. Even though this had been already gone over in the court of law and everything, this is not new. But someone wants the court, like you're saying, Sly, the court of public opinion, to sway against this man as he's about to make his comeback. And it's going to work because a lot of people don't like him anyway. They haven't forgiven him, as if it's up to them to forgive. But you know how the public, how they can be. You know what I mean? I don't think he's gonna get out from under this.
I want to ask y'all fellas a question. Okay, Meagan Good been holding him down so far, and they even tied the knot. Let's just play hypothetical real quick. If them checks start running dry, is Meagan Good gone? Will Meagan Good turn bad? Is she sticking
think
around?
Any woman will do that if the money gets low.
So she gonna be gone if this magazine dreams don't pop off?
Well, I don't think it's magazine dreams per se. For one, I think this was a how celebrity couples get together anyway, just because of optics. This was smart on him to clean up his image, right? Because
And see, I always got those vibes like that. This was a PR move with them being together.
I'm with it. If he's my client, go marry the black chick and cut all that Coretta Scott King stuff out. Go do that. Clean it up. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
And it just felt like a Hollywood move, and I respect it for what it is. But if things go left and he has a couple bombs and the money gets low, I think she'll leave.
Yeah. Do you think Magazine Dream's gonna pop off? Just what's your prediction?
I think it will do better than people are expecting it to. I wanted to personally, I wanted to do, but I think it will do better. I think the word of mouth, once people actually, see the performance, listen, the craziest people are the best actors. The best method actors are those ones that forget they're in role, they're in character. And he is one of those guys.
Those method actors. Yeah. Mark.
Nah, man, I think he's done, bro.
You think it's finished?
I think, and remember, it's like I put y'all onto him, back with The Harder They Fall. It's like I think he's a incredibly talented actor. I think he's the best of this generation. I really do. I think he can turn it up like crazy. But I don't see him getting out from under this with general audiences. I think there might be a group of people who are going to support him, who are going to go out for him and stuff like that. But as far as blowing up, nah, bro, I don't see that. I don't see him like achieving that status. I don't see him receiving an Oscar or something like that,
I think he has I'm sorry, Mark, were you finished? I didn't mean to cut you.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, bro.
I think someone mentioned it before you guys came on that I do feel if he stays out of trouble and he works his way back through Broadway style shows and theater performances, maybe he could win an award that way. I think it will open other people to give him another shot. That's what I think. That's where his path maybe could go, because he is a very talented actor. He could do well on that type of stage. And he could also win an awards on those type of stage, and people will want, I think people will hire him for that type of role. And they've taken chances on people like that before. And maybe, if he does well, like I said, stays out of trouble, maybe he wins a couple of awards that way and keeps moving. Someone will take a chance on him again.
Yeah, I think
maybe. I said a maybe.
To me, just my personal opinion, it depends on what this movie does. I'm serious. It depends on what this movie does. If this movie, like Sly say, takes off like it's supposed to, I think he has a chance.
What's his competition? What's that movie's competition with it? Is it this weekend it comes out?
Yeah, this weekend.
So Snow White.
It's against Snow White.
Well, remember, like you guys said, he was getting Oscar buzz for this 6 months ago. So the reviews have never changed. This is a phenomenal film, phenomenal performance. The tone of it, the subject matter, that has never changed. And I think once people get to see, this was the movie they were talking about 6 months ago. Okay, let me go check it out. I think word of mouth will help this movie along along if they leave it in the theaters long enough to stretch his legs. I hate the 45-day window. Streaming is the worst goddamn thing that ever happened to the industry. I get why it was necessary, but
yeah,
it's.
I agree with you. Like streaming has killed the movie theater.
Yeah.
For a lot of under budget or smaller budget movies, it really has. So
I haven't been to the movies in
tend
forever. Yeah.
Mark,
I went to Wolverine. Like that was the last one I can remember.
Mark, how you
and I saw Captain America. I saw those two in the theater.
Drunk, you didn't like Captain America drunk?
Mark.
Did I like Captain America? I thought it was boring. That's all.
Wow, really?
Yeah. I was disappointed that the Hulk was in it for 3 minutes. I thought that was going to be a bigger role. And I thought the story was more trying to prove to the audience that he is Captain America than a type of film on that level. So it just kind of dragged in some parts where it was kind of like confusing. So, and then the power levels were very like not sustain, like they were high and then they were low. They were high and they were low. So,
Sly, what score you give it?
I gave it a 7.5 out of 10.
That's okay. I can understand that.
And you go into it, you see where they did the shifts, where they script changes. You can see where the pacing and the tone kind of went off, and it's like, wait, that didn't connect. Okay, but for what it was, I tried to take myself out of the critique part of it. I'm like, for what it was, did I enjoy it? Yes. Did Red Hulk kick butt? Yes. Did I want to see more of that? Yes. Should Sam be dead 10 times after fighting the Red Hulk? Yes, he should be dead. You know what I'm saying? Vibranium suit, I don't care about all that physics. That man should have been mush, but I enjoyed it for what it was.
When Hulk took that flagpole,
and he grabbed the flagpole with his hands.
Bro, come on, man. That should have shattered his whole body. Vibranium suit or no vibranium suit.
Right. But I enjoyed it for what it was trying to do, given all the things that was going against it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I personally gave it 2.5 flushes on my scale because I felt like there was a lot of shit in there, bro. There was a lot of shit in there that shouldn't have been in there. And it just wasn't, to me, it wasn't fulfilling. They didn't build the character like Sam. He's been around for a while now. You know what I mean? And what do we know about him? What do we know about him personally? Pretty much nothing. Now you give him his first outing. Well, actually, it was kind of in Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think we saw his sister or something like that. But but it's like I always say, it's like a hero is nothing if you don't give him something to love, something to fight for. It's got to be more than I just want to do the right thing or love of country. Captain America was fighting for what was her name? Peggy, Maggie, whatever her name was. All of our big, Thor had Jane or whatever, and who was the other one? Tony had Pepper. It's like everybody has. Obviously, Spider-Man has MJ. But we don't feel the passion with Sam. If he's going to be your leading man, if he's going to be that guy, then you have to feel he's got something to lose. Something to root for. It makes him more compelling. You just can't have him go put on a uniform and just be like, "All right, Cap." Like I don't believe you. I just don't. And I feel like he was underserved in that way. It doesn't take much to develop a character, but they didn't do that.
Mark, they will say if you didn't watch Falcon and Winter Soldier, you're wrong.
That was my other problem. Is like you shouldn't have to do homework to watch a movie.
You know what? The good thing that came out of that is now after watching the Falcon Winter Soldier and now seeing the movie, I want an Isaiah Bradley origin story. That's my make-a-wish.
Bro.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, he was dope.
Put it on Disney Plus. I don't care. I'll watch it if you make it.
And I would like to see
that should have been the movie right there.
Yeah,
that should have been the movie right there.
Red
Hulk should have went to the Hulk.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the old man and the flashbacks of him being Cap. That would have killed it, man.
Yeah.
We supposed to wrap up the show, but fellas, we got this topic right here. Somebody about to say something. Who was that?
No, go ahead, bro.
I thought somebody was gonna say something. Okay. This is the last article we got for the night. Joe Quesada and Christopher Priest create the future of the Marvel Universe and Marvel Knights, the world to come. The 6th issue Marvel Comics series told through the lens of the Marvel Knights imprint arrives this June. Scroll for more. I shall. The king of Wakanda is dead, leaving the world's most advanced technology, most precious metal, and a cryptic vault of dark secrets unguarded, while trigger global conflicts amongst Marvel heroes, villains, and mutants. With T'Challa gone, they making that point, he gone, he dead. With T'Challa gone and the future of the Marvel Universe teetering on a vibranium knife edge, a tribal challenge ensures for the Wakandian throne. Its mysterious victor will emerge as the new leader of Wakanda and usher in the world to come. Now, if you look through the comments, people are not happy about this. Mark, what are your thoughts?
T'Challa is dead. I reject it. I don't see any reason why they continue to do this. Like, if it's a one-off, then okay, it's a one-off or whatever, but you got to take the greater context here. And they're just trashing the character across all media, whether it's movies, whether it's cartoons, whether it's comics. They're diminishing the character, and I just want to know why. Whether it's games, after a while, I mean, you got to ask, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's very strange, and I can only speak for myself, but modern day DC and Marvel comics, as a comic book collector, I don't like them. Yeah. I don't really have found. I think they try to do things to try to bring the masses back in by doing shock value and stuff like this, like killing off characters and sending Superman away and all. It's just a bunch of things like that. So this doesn't make any sense, but they sure don't like Black Panther, do they? Like
they don't,
like,
man.
They don't like
I just don't.
And I don't know why either. It's just they freaking.
We understand. Like, I heard Sly mention earlier, growing up on the comics, like the death of Superman, the breaking of the Batman, death in the family. I mean, they've always done these little stunt things, but what they're doing with T'Challa is different because he didn't die in the comics initially. You know what I mean? That's something they did directly because the actor passed away. And and to me, that's I don't know, it's unforgivable, especially after all these years, to finally get that character on the screen in a way that actually broke through. That was a moment in time that you don't get to play with, that you don't get back. I mentioned again, all of the kids that were jumping up and down who were actually inspired by it. Like, that was a momentum to run with, but they killed that momentum. And once again, you're just not going to get that back, bro. They destroyed it.
Sly, your honest opinion, what you think?
Man, listen, I don't want to take it there, but these companies
take it there, brother. Take it there, man. Don't hold back. This is the fatal channel. We don't hold back.
And respect to everybody. These companies, entities, they will blow up their own stuff just to make sure you don't have it. You understand? Wow. Like, they will burn their own Star Wars, thing down.
100%.
So if we understand this, why would you expect any respect from them in that regards? And I'll say this, and I'll lay my plane. That moment, that first Black Panther movie, I don't think people were prepared for the worldwide phenomenon that it was. Yeah. I don't think they understood how much it impacted people, melanated people globally, because everybody identified with that. And I was like, oh, that the vibration's way too high, bros. We gotta knock this down a bit. We can't have all y'all running around here and doing all this, and and I feel that despite all the money they made, they're beyond money. Like, if the message is too strong, if they feel it's going to come back and bite them and cause whatever type of friction, they'll burn it down just to make sure you don't have it. And that's my take on it.
Victimhood is big business.
Yeah.
And as long as you keep people that way, you know what I'm saying, Fatal? Yeah. It's like victimhood is big business. Just building off what he's saying here, and an awakening of consciousness could be dangerous. For certain people who are politicizing the victimhood of others. Black Panther is empowering.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's
go ahead.
It's more than empowering. everyone came together because we all loved it together. No matter what race,
They can't
no
have
matter
that.
where we are.
Yeah,
we
they
were
can't
like,
have that.
You had little white kids.
that's what I was saying. Like at the
with the
time
Black
that movie
Panther.
came out, I was teaching 5th grade, and when Halloween came, you had didn't matter if you were black or white. People were dressed as Black Panther. People were dressed as Superman. People were dressed and no one cared. Nobody cared.
I think
nobody cared
think
that
what
Billy was
surprised me-
dressed as like T'Challa. Nobody cared. Everybody thought it was
Nobody
the coolest
cared.
thing.
No, it was a beautiful thing. It's the same way that black kids dress up as Superman or dress up as Spider-Man. It's like if that's your favorite hero, that's what you do.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, like you, Jay, it's like I took my son to see Marvel Universe live, and when Black Panther came out, the place erupted. You know, Spider-Man came out, they cheered, they erupted. He was like the big three at that moment. You know, because the movie had just come out. You know, and that stadium was filled with everybody, like every type of child, and that's a beautiful thing. That's respect.
Let me ask you guys this respectfully. Do you think they want Black Panther surpassing Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor? Do you really think they wanted that moving forward?
I never thought about it like that.
I never thought about it.
Yeah. I never thought about it.
I looked at it as I thought they were running a business, so whatever works, you know.
But think about this, John and Sly. I know you kind of had your foot in the business, so you kind of know things. I never thought about what you said. If it's too hot and it's bringing people together, freaking let's burn it down.
Listen, I've seen you the projects I've seen put on shelves just because it was too good. That stuff you'll never hear, and it would bring you to tears. Like, why would you do this? Like we put all this time and effort and energy and money into this, and you just want to put it on the shelf, you know? Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, you have to look at what it is that our pop culture promotes.
Yeah.
So you don't want to promote this, but you will promote an industry of, like, say, once again, say hip hop, this current state of hip hop. You're going to promote all of this degeneracy, all of this cross-dressing dudes and all of this stuff. It's crazy, man. But that's what they want. That's what they want us to see, man. And the kids are just as confused as they can be as a result of it.
Well, since y'all breaking all this stuff down, then this right here that I'm about to show you makes a lot of sense. Now, I'm not really a video gamer like that, but I was gonna wait to do this for a video or something. But y'all check this out right here. So the how you say his name?
Yeah, Yasuke.
Breaking news: Yasuke actually has a rainbow romance in AC Shadows with a character named Ibuki, who Ibuki. That's crazy. Who identifies as non-binary they them. After some flirting, they kiss each other.
Yeah.
What? Nothing to see here. We've been here, done that.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
This is why Anthony Mackie is the wrong messenger for his message.
Wow.
Because I forgot he did the movie Brother to Brother, where he played the gay student at Columbia University.
Oh, and what about what was that show with him and Wonder Man?
Oh yeah, in Black Mirror season 6, Striking Vipers episode.
Him and Wonder Man, yeah.
Yeah. Like I don't want to. I'm like, no, you're the wrong person to talk this, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Crazy, man. That's crazy.
Like for us, we don't get the excuse. It's just actors. We're just y'all can do that, but when I see Michael K. Williams, every time I watch The Wire, I don't care what y'all say. That's not acting. Yeah. When I see him again in Lovecraft Country, again in the same type of role, that's not acting. I'm sorry. We don't get that excuse. Oh, he's a thespian. Let him cook. No, sir. In our community, it doesn't work like we don't get that grace. We don't get that type of grace. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He's a thespian. So what are you talking about? I'm like, man.
Drug, you ever seen The Wire? You ever seen The Wire?
Yeah.
It's like the best TV show ever, man.
Hey, I skip all of his parts with his little.
I skip his parts too.
You know what I'm saying?
I skip his parts too. I can't take it, man. So rest in peace to my guy though. He got
phenomenal talent. Phenomenal, yeah.
Yeah, if I could speak, not to change the subject.
Joe, we might need to change the subject.
If you guys want some positive, amazing comic books, Man, I can't speak highly enough of the Skybound, G.I. Joe, and Transformer comics. Is some of the best I have ever read in my life. I am Transformers is on number 18, and it is I am blown away. They got G.I. Joe and Transformers into the right hands that know what they're doing. I have never been this excited waiting for the next book as I have in years. If you're a Transformers fan or love G.I. Joe, that series, it just started. Yeah, it's been about a year old. They don't plan on like doing it for like years to come. It is fantastic. I can't get over it. Transformers are fight. They're like both parties are in a civil war right now, like pulling for leadership. Freaking my man Starscream like kills humans and he nuked Bumblebee in the first episode. It was awesome, man.
Oh, yeah,
it was awesome. And it's like
I remember
it's a
you
whole
talking
new,
about it before.
It's a brand new thing that started, and like they these people got a hold of the IP, I'm assuming, and it has just been freaking I personally love the Transformers one. Basically, like they're all dead. I'll give a little sneak peek. They're all dead. And Teletran 1 just gets reactivated. And the first person he brings back to life is freaking Starscream.
Oh, wow.
Starscream sees the Autobots. And he just starts blowing them to pieces. And Bumblebee is like dead in the first issue. He picks up humans and squishes them with his hands. And like their blood shoots all over the place. Crazy, dude.
Okay, I'm there.
And then like Megatron's been missing because Cobra has had Megatron tied up in like the Arctic, trying to find his technology so they could use that against Joe and take over the world. It's so good what they're doing.
Nice.
And
Mark, I
just wanted to throw some positivity out there because so much nasty crap out there right now.
I got green. Mark, you got green on you?
Oh, thank you, man.
Yes. Yeah.
And John Theo, I'm definitely gonna do a review.
Please.
100. What did it do? Sales
120,000 and counting.
Oh
wow. Yeah. We just printed out about maybe 400 more just to have in the store.
Yeah.
And it's been really good because some of the sales that weren't counted on the tracker, we've actually had multiple elementary schools reach out and we sold it to them for basically I made about 5 cents a copy, like at no cost, so that the kids could have them and they could give it out to the kids.
I got blue in 2 schools, and I'm gonna get blue.
Yeah, I remember I sent you a box, right? Yeah.
I got blue in 2 schools. I'm gonna get green in 2 schools.
Now you let me know. I'll send you a box of greens, no charge.
Them kids.
And that's what it was made for. It was made for the young people to have a non-political, non-crazy story where they just have an adventure. Man. Yeah, it's fun. It's a fun story.
The best way I can just describe achromatic blue and green, Goonies meets the meets what else is it collabs with?
I mean, there's a bit of Wizard of Oz in there, if you ask me.
Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
Wizard of Oz, most definitely. Man, it's just an adventure.
Did you like green better than blue, Mark?
I think it builds on it in a way that it kind of answers some questions from blue. Like if some things you might have been wondering what was going on, and the way you play with time there, it's very interesting. I would love to see this as like an animated film.
That's cool.
Which we are getting, right?
It ain't cheap, so we'll see.
That means it's gonna be dope. It's not cheap.
But there's still more questions, so I am like very interested in like where you're going and where you're taking it. Oh yeah,
that was the beauty of blue and green, is that they ran parallel. Like the story ran parallel. So then the next one, that's getting ready to. I think in like 2 months, getting ready to go to the artist. So it takes a wild turn. So.
It works on a couple of different levels, because it's definitely something you can share, with the kids, which, as I always say, is very big with me. It's like I really do appreciate that, because a lot of people are not doing that anymore. Everything's got to be dark. but no, everyone forgot about the kids, right? So I like that. But then there's also a question that's floating over this. And, you know, I need to know, like, what's behind all of this stuff. You know what I mean? The sense of whimsy is there, but there's a reason. And I need to know, you know what I mean? So I'm curious. And that's a good thing.
Bosco said, I will check it out. Thanks, Jay. He said, is Blue still available?
Yes, it's if you go. I don't know if I have powers to put the link in your chat. But I could put the link in the private chat.
Drunk, I'm gonna ask you this question, and
if you could post that in your chat, that would be great, Fatal. I don't know if I'm a mod in your chat.
Yeah, you should be. But this is the question, and you don't have to answer it. Do your girl Gina ever hold up the book and say, "Hey, get this"?
Yeah, she's done it.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
I never asked them to, because you know,
respect.
You don't want to be that guy that's like, hey, you're famous, can you help promote my book?
But you thought about it though.
It's well, I mean, when it happens, yeah, it's wonderful. And she did it on her Instagram, so I appreciate that. And but the one of the real heroes of this whole series is actually James Arnold Taylor, the voice actor of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
That's tight.
Who bought Blue and really fell in love with the story. And he was the one that's been pushing for, you should get this thing animated, and, you know, offering up his services and a lot of stuff to make sure that, and he pushed it a lot with his people. So he's actually the voice of Blue when the movie gets done. Like, they've already recorded some of the parts for the first one. So he is actually the voice of Blue.
I can't
wait to see this bad boy on Cartoon Network.
Hey, we never know, man.
It
might be a few like years away, but
it'll be
quick.
It'll be quick. The kids will love it. It's gonna blow up. But I do owe you a green and a blue review, and I'm gonna post it on Twitter. Sly,
I appreciate it, man.
No problem. Sly.
Yeah, I gotta cover this gangbang stuff with the big U.
Okay, we about to get out of here. Mark, you got it.
Sly, it was a pleasure meeting you, sir. I don't know.
Hey, same here, sir. Yes, I'll definitely be tapping in with you. Tapping in, definitely. Respect.
You brothers link up, man. Sly is, man, one of the coldest streamers, man. Every time he streams,
don't do me like that, bro.
I'm sitting up there watching it, man. He cold, man. Jump, please subscribe to my boy. He tight.
I got you.
Sly, subscribe to Drunk.
Yeah, all day. Definitely.
You know, just subscribe to Mark, because Mark gonna make you think things that you never thought before.
I got to bring back Mark for round 2, because Mark be on fire. And I just be like, yeah, I need that energy. So
respect, man. Respect. Yeah. I'm just glad I was able to be here for even just a minute, man. It's like, you know, I was listening to y'all, and you know, I just love the way y'all was building and everything. So
yeah, this wasn't an official Dark Council stream. This was like an unofficial Dark Council stream, man. You know, Dark Council is like Wu-Tang, Sly. You know, one over here, one over here.
Oh, for sure.
You
know? Yeah. How it
it's hard. It's hard to get us all together.
By the way, remember, guys, as I mentioned in the DMs, Callus is dropping videos again. Check out Lord Callus's videos. You know, 100. He's creeping back up on the scene, and you know, give him that support, man.
Slight Lord Callus, this dude, things you never knew about Star Wars, man. Go to his channel, man. He cold, man.
Y'all, you guys keep me on my toes. I stay sharp because of you guys. So I appreciate you guys, all you guys. Yeah.
Yes, sir. On that note, we out of here. Peace.
Making your way.
Well, it's a very sweet thought of both of you gentlemen, but I really don't. Until now. See you guys in the emergency room, huh?
Hello, pretty lady. Tell me something. What's a beautiful broad like you doing with a malaka like this, huh?
It's purely sexual.
No shit.